we always had a vision for what was our Epi server and then became Optimized to say, look, how can we add more value to our customers so that they can create more data-driven and ultimately more intelligent digital experiences? And how can we help digital teams also, really unlimit themselves from today's challenges that they have to create great content, collaborate on content, and know what content actually works for which customer and consumer base. And then ultimately about how can they also monetize this content. So over the last 3 years, we have invested in companies that we acquired, and they were always very strategic acquisitions. We always wanted to buy companies that were really, really good at what they did, market leaders, and companies that actually really complemented the portfolio so that any digital team could really rely on Optimizely and totality in order to actually power their digital experience. And then we took a partner-first approach to say, like, look, let's work with companies like UNRVLD together to actually create these digital experience for our customers. So that was always what drove us. And today's event, Opticon, was so important to us because we really revealed that new Optimizely for the first time in person at a big event together here in San Diego, where we said, like, look, we want to actually show the world what does this new company in totality actually look like. And we really called out 3 aspects of this. Number 1, our solutions now allow you to orchestrate the entire content lifecycle, from ideation all the way to publishing. Second, you can now actually monetize that content experience through our powerful commerce tools. And third, you can continuously experiment on that experience and on the content and the commerce experience through our experiment solutions. So that's what we launched here. And all of this allows you to become boundless in your potential. We call that boundless digital invention, and that unlimits yourself. So that's what the big reveal was today.
And yeah, a really ambitious, powerful, inspiring sort of message to send to our clients, our customers, their teams. Is this really a call to arms to embrace, test, and learn, to lean into the data and just take a bit more risk and move their experience forward? Is that?
Absolutely, Stephen. I think a lot of companies, there are some companies that have been born digitally. They're digital native companies. For them, the test and learn culture to say, like, look, there's no failing. You have to fail fast, etc. For them, that's very natural in terms of where they come from. There are obviously a lot of other companies for whom that's not natural to embrace. And one of the things we want to do as a company, we want to democratize experimentation so that, companies that might not be born digitally native still feel like, hey, we can actually embrace testing and learning as part of what we do. And I think as companies become more digitally mature, they embrace it more and more. But we also want to bring it closer to the content and actually the creation process of the digital experience so that experimentation doesn't feel like a separate thing, but it actually feels like it's very much part of the core aspects of how you're running a digital experience. And our belief is that the ownership of this can be the marketing team, it can be a product team, it can be an engineering team. And when those teams come together on one platform to actually build content and experiment, it becomes very natural to embrace that test and learn culture as well. And we have many customers here today that are actually been with us on the journey and that have expanded from using us for the content management and the content orchestration all the way now to testing with us as well.
Yeah, and I think a great example is one of our shared clients, New Era Cap, who have, over the last 2 or 3 years, really began to evolve the culture within their business, and the product set that you've brought to market has allowed that to happen. From the content management system, commerce enablement, and now driving experiments.
Yes.
And that's engagement right from the C-suite.
Yes.
Some of the guys that I'm aware. But right across the brand. So that democratization is great to see.
Absolutely.
So this is a cultural change that you're creating within a business, not just a technological change yet.
Yeah, absolutely. This is why, again, partnership is so important because we are a software company. We build software. We are proud of the software we build. But again, having a successful customer is so much more than just the software. It is that cultural change, that transformation. New Era is a great example. I mean, it's a cab company that's now a lifestyle brand. It's a company that didn't go direct to the customer for a while. Now is both B2B and B2C. It's a brand that keeps evolving, and to that point, they need strong partners to work with. And for me, our partnership together with New Era is one of these case studies about look, how do we actually help companies advance their capabilities, but also sometimes do it on behalf of them so that it actually starts to gain traction and they see the results. But I think the one point that I think in all of this is important, it needs to drive business outcomes. And that's even more important now than before. And it needs to either increase revenue or decrease cost. That's what management teams and boards look for. And I think the nice part about experimentation is you can actually showcase where's the value.
And that's exactly it. You said this morning about talking the language of business, and that can't be more important than today with the market that we see out there. But understanding and demonstrating the value is one of the things that we're trying to do an awful lot more with our clients. It's easier in an e-commerce environment, obviously, than it is in non-e-commerce. But building that value proposition and vision for where we can get to, incorporating the culture and then operationalizing, which is where you're going with this orchestration layer. It's a great value add for our client base, I know. When you talk about boundless digital invention, how do you see that playing out today in some of our customers? Do you see them aspiring to use things like the feature experimentation much more aggressively, or how do you see this coming to bear today?
Yeah, I think I see it on probably two major layers. One is kind of what we talk about, which is the marketer experience itself. And one, I think most of the important things we have done over the last year was actually the acquisition of Welcome, which is now content marketing. And it's a lot about look, how do teams actually work together to actually get work done rather than spend work about work? I think this is still something that holds so many organizations back in terms of what they can do. And the feedback on this has been just phenomenal, because rather than having your teams run around trying to find where's my digital asset, how does a workflow work, it's all purpose-built around the content orchestration process, but we also now bringing in experimentation data. So that's really a very, very important piece for us. And the second part of this is, obviously extending it to say look, you're not just launching in some cases a website, but it's really a product that you're launching. And that's where feature experimentation becomes so important. And ultimately, I believe, and we believe as a company, that it's not just marketing, it's product and engineering all being on a shared platform to actually move forward with the digital experience. And I think it's probably the same in your business. You have creative people, you have developers, you have product-minded people. I mean, you need to bring in people with different skill sets to actually move the digital experience forward, because it's no longer just a marketing asset. Now it's actually the business. Yeah,
absolutely. And how do you create that efficiency and get out of teams and spreadsheets and my old hatred, the email, because you have to go hunting for everything. So seeing all of that coming together in the demo this morning was really powerful.
By the way, this event, Opticon, was completely managed through our own content marketing Welcome platform. Which is, I received, for instance, press releases to review. And at one point, people sent this to me as an email. And I said, I don't want your email. I want to go into the tool and edit the press release within Welcome. And I think this is really important from a change management perspective. You just have to stop the channel email completely so that you actually can work more effectively as a team and collaborate.
I suppose wrapping up, as we leave Opticon tomorrow and we go back to our clients, and what would be the big takeaway that you want partners and customers to take away? I think coming to these events and going away and taking action when you go home is the most important thing. So what would your big hope for our clients and for us to take away?
I mean, the big part for us was to really say look, Optimizely can help you more than in one way. We are now a company that can help you in multitudes of ways, but we are really there to help you drive business outcomes. Today's conversation for any company is around how do I actually spend less but grow more? And we can absolutely help in that conversation when it comes to the digital experience. Don't look at us as a single solution anymore for it's only testing or it's only content. It's really being a platform that supports your entire digital experience. And thanks to great partners like UNRVLD and you, Stephen, I'm very, very confident that hopefully customers engage us on more than just one piece of their business, but actually think about us again as that platform that can help them.
And that's the great thing about meeting the customer where they are in their digital maturity journey, and we've got options for all of that. We've been seeing some great success with our clients and hope to continue to do that. And thank you very much for everything today.
Absolutely, Stephen. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for the great partnership. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.